Mars is the world next door, the fourth planet from the Sun, and quite likely the first planet on which human explorers will one day land. Spacecraft have surveyed its immense canyons and towering volcanoes. Landers have photographed pink skies and a desert filled with boulders. Like Earth, Mars has seasons that turn summers into winters. Raging dust storms sometimes sweep over the planet, blocking its surface from view. While past missions to Mars have enhanced our knowledge of the planet, discoveries have led to important new questions. To answer some of these questions, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory established a mission in 1992 to map the Martian environment. Unlike Earth, Mars lost most of its atmosphere long ago. It grew cold and dry. So cold that some of its thin carbon dioxide atmosphere froze at the winter pole. In the same way that Earth-orbiting satellites map the globe from pole to pole, so too would the Mars Observer satellite map our neighbours. The primary goals of the mission were to understand the chemical and mineral nature of the surface, to measure the surface topography, and to create a relief map of the entire planet. The satellite would also study the gravity field and search for a magnetic field. Mars Observer offered scientists a basic global understanding of the planet for future exploration. The plan was that in August 1993, after 333 days in space, the craft would reach Mars and enter an elliptical orbit around the planet. The flight path would then be carefully adjusted over a period of 4 months until Mars Observer was in a circular orbit around the poles. At that point, all scientific instruments were to be fully deployed and made operational. Seven science experiments were to spend an entire Martian year, about 687 Earth days, exploring the planet on a global scale. Acting as a remote weather station, Mars Observer was to report on the planet's thin atmosphere and changing climate. Volcanoes and other landforms were to be studied to determine the geological processes that had shaped the surface of Mars. A search was to be conducted for evidence of a magnetic field. Scientists wanted to know if water once flowed on its surface, as earlier Mariner and Viking missions had suggested. And if that was the case, where had the water gone? Were conditions for life on Mars more favourable in the distant past? It was clear that the data to be provided by the Mars Observer mission would help us understand the evolution of our planetary neighbours and provide a legacy for human exploration.